What's going on YouTube? This is Dominic,
Jay,
Ethan,
and this is All Talk with Jeds, and we about to get into
Stomping.
WWE's bitch. I'm gonna say it. WWE Stomping Grounds. I'm not editing none of that. That's perfect for the content for these people. Let's get started.
I think we should start off with the Kickoff Show match, the triple threat match between Akira Tozawa, Drew Gulak, and Tony Nese. Incredible action.
First of all,
match.
I'm not a 205 dude at all. I don't get into that, but I didn't even realize how talented they was.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I was running errands while the Kickoff Show was on, but I did catch the ending with Drew Gulak ending, so I am pretty excited about that. I've been seeing him wrestle Matt Riddle and who was that? Kushida,
yeah.
On NXT, and
which is kind of a weird point here because Drew Gulak had no momentum coming into this match, and he basically put himself into the match. I don't know if you watched 205, but it was really just Tony feuding with Akira, and Drew just put himself into the feud, and then all of a sudden this guy's the new Cruiserweight champion.
I feel like it's almost like a favor to him for helping getting those guys over in NXT, probably because he is a fantastic technical submission type of wrestler, and he did a great job.
Speaking of getting over, let's talk about while we on the pre-show, those pre-show promos, bro.
Oh, they was cold.
They was so good. The Samoa Joe Ricochet face-to-face thing was good.
Oh my God!
Daniel Bryan with the GOAT promo, and this is his hometown. We gonna get into that later. Being in
I didn't
Washington,
realize that until
which
he
is
pointed
his
that out
home
to me.
state. So we gonna get into that later. And yeah, that was pretty much it for the Kickoff Show. It was a good.
It was for a Kickoff Show. That was pretty good. It was
Congratulations to Drew Gulak.
This whole pay-per-view really is just like a little step up from what WWE been producing since after WrestleMania. It's been garbage.
I know my expectations for was very low. So for them to exceed past one was great for me. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
I knew it would be a sleeper in some aspects, but there's a couple gripes I'm going to get into later on.
All right, well, let's move on to the main card now. And the first match of the night was Becky Lynch defending her Raw Women's Championship against Lacey Evans. What do you guys think about
Lacey?
I thought
very beautiful Lacey.
An all-right match.
It's my favorite right now.
I heard me and him was watching it together, but so from that standpoint, I felt it was all right. But I heard that Becky Lynch had to call out a lot of spots for Lacey.
I didn't hear that.
Which you don't want to have to do for anybody.
She's a rookie, though.
I mean, let's talk because she is young in her WWE career. You feel me? No matter how good of a competitor she is, she don't have the same experience as most main eventers got. You feel me?
But
that being said,
that also means she shouldn't be in that spot, probably.
And that goes to WWE for being trash. But Chris Jericho just got straight to Twitter right after Stomping Grounds, slamming WWE for Baron being in the main event, feeling like Baron is not really a main eventer. He's still kind of a mid-card.
Baron is on the rise, man.
But Baron, we gonna get to that later. But yeah, Becky and Lacey.
That was a good match to me.
That was a good match.
And Lacey, even though you were saying that her spots was being called, I still couldn't tell. Everything looked so smooth. I mean, the way she was doing her, and then I criticized, remember, Becky about her not being. I compared her to Trish. Trish was amazing. Trish was amazing. But I always compared her to, she just had this form and this of the way she fought. You know what I'm saying? But she proved me wrong last night. She was real aggressive, real tough.
I thought she was real smooth in there. She definitely showed some ring generalship in there against a person that probably shouldn't be in there with her right now. But while watching the match, I thought it was okay.
You seen Lacey hit her with that gut hit. Wow.
Yeah,
she hit her
right. It was a good match. And we didn't do this for the kickoff match because it was the kickoff show, but for every match on the main card after we done, we gonna grade it. So what would you give that match grade? What would you give that match?
We talking about the
graded A through F. No, the first match.
B minus or C.
Becky, B minus or C? What'd you think, Dom?
B minus too.
B minus. I'm gonna actually give it a B plus because it was real good. It was good, honestly. We can't complain too much about it. Like you said, watching it, we didn't know that Lacey was missing a lot of spots. You feel me? I think it was good. And then after that, Paul Heyman came out of Baron Corbin office. I think that was a cool little promo. How he saw the interviewer and tried to hurry up and turn back around like he was.
Paul Heyman ain't nothing but the GOAT. Let's just talk.
As soon as I saw him, I knew Brock wasn't showing up.
That's your typical wrestling wisdom, man.
And then up next is
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Big E and Xavier Woods.
Sami Zayn has not won besides that tag match.
What? I'm sorry, I didn't think that was next on the list, but okay.
But
what's the next match?
Yeah, he made sure he had everything. Hold on, but Sami Zayn ain't won a match
I'm gonna
since
go
that
last
one.
on this.
He ain't won that match since, he ain't won one match since that tag match.
I mean, technically, he didn't win that either. But so I guess I'm going next because I feel like this was a good opportunity for WWE and Vince or whatever to get Sammy a win because Sammy hasn't won a match since returning from injury the night after WrestleMania. As
Braun.
to where, listen, I was getting to that.
Did
He beat Bryan with the
Did
help
he?
of Drew McIntyre and Baron Corbin. They really beat Bryan for him to earn his Money in the Bank spot and didn't even get to compete that night. Somebody turned him upside down, so that was really disappointing. Sami Zayn is actually
Like a fucking
one of my favorite WWE
Spiderweb.
superstars. He a great talent, good on the mic, good in the ring, whatever you need him to do. And I'm just disappointed.
Sami
This
Zayn-
was a perfect opportunity. Sammy could have got a pinfall over Xavier. We all knew Xavier was taking the pin in that match. You know, I just expected it to be the Sammy. Kevin got plenty of accomplishments, plenty of wins. Like, come on, bro.
Let me tell you something. Sammy is here for one reason and one reason only. It's because he's entertaining as hell in all aspects. That's the thing about Sammy. Like, he's very, very entertaining. You know what I'm saying? And he comes out dancing like he done smoked dope.
He's smoking crack because did you see how his hat was? I'm like, bro, I know Dom getting weak at this nigga.
I thought the match was good. Glad Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn got the win. It sets them up for maybe a triple threat style match with Kofi down the road or something like that. For a match that was kind of thrown together at the last minute on SmackDown. Pretty alright match.
Yeah,
It wasn't really thrown together. You know, they've been building this storyline with Kevin and taking out Big E. He was out for injury and everything. And as soon as he came back, Kevin re-injured him. Come to find out it wasn't Kevin, it was Sammy. So it's like New Day been having problems with Owens and Zayn for a few weeks now, for about 4 or 5 weeks now. You feel me? Like, but so what would you give this match grade?
Let's see for me.
Probably a B. I thought for a match that was just kind of lower on the card, I didn't expect it to be given that much time, but it got 11 minutes, and I thought it was a pretty good match with Owens starting to match out like he did. And then
Both of them started out they started out crazy. Oh, wait a minute.
I mean,
We ain't gonna let this slide without talking about Kevin Owens' ability in the ring. I mean, first of all, he took everybody's moves. I mean, he did the frog splash. He did the
swan tom.
He did the swan tom, bro.
He did the Stone Cold.
Come
Stunner.
on, and he had some wideness to
I mean,
it,
I would give this match a B because
Actually,
I would give it a B minus.
I'll give it a B too now, actually.
Because
I'm sorry.
Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are so great and like they are main event players, and I feel like they could be in the main event. So for them to just put them as a tag team and put them in the tag team division, that was a good tag team match. Mm-hmm. It was predictable to say the least because we knew Xavier was getting pinned in this match. We knew, B
or A minus for me.
Yeah, I say a B minus.
That was a really good match.
And so on to the next, Ricochet versus Samoa Joe for the United States Championship.
Probably match of the night. What do you guys think?
I wouldn't say match of the night, but it's definitely up there. But I would give this an A+. First of all, let's talk about
Definitely
how good Ricochet sells every move, bro. He was out there selling every move. It don't matter if it was a European uppercut.
And when you done with that, I'm
bomb.
gonna talk about how bad Samoa Joe is.
But let's not
Samoa Joe's not really bad. He did a good job as maintaining like this bully character and not really looking weak. He was dominating Ricochet throughout most of the match, and that was a good job by Joe putting Ricochet over like that because I didn't even think Ricochet was going to win.
It takes two to tango, and Joe did his part in the match, and Joe is an excellent performer. But
actually,
that is moment.
Actually, I'm gonna say something actually about that. I'm making the same mistake that a lot of fans make when it comes to Roman and Cena. I'm judging Samoa Joe based on how terrible they're making his character. That's what I'm judging this on. Y'all right. He did good in the ring, but he lost. Where do we go with Samoa Joe from here? Like, what did he comes out, Joe,
And that's just WWE's
Joe, I
writing.
lost. Like,
That's they writing, bro. They buried
That's
a
what
lot
I
of their
feel like.
characters, like the whole Drew McIntyre situation. I'm so pissed that they is wasting this dude. Like, do you know how talented Drew McIntyre
We gonna get
is,
to
bro?
him when we get
I would have preferred Drew in the freaking main event over Baron Corbin. Like,
Before we move on to that, how would you guys grade the Ricochet and Samoa Joe match?
I gave it an A+.
I give it an A.
A.
I wouldn't say match of the night, but that was the best moment of the night because I didn't expect a newly fresh NXT guy to win the championship so soon.
I didn't think it was gonna be him.
Especially
On
little
Raw.
Ricochet on Raw, Land of the Giants, Vince McMahon's ball sack,
He's
and Ricochet just snuck out of there. You know,
He's the
like,
talent.
How long does he keep? Well, they did just start setting up him and AJ Styles, so we'll see.
but
What do you mean?
I think it's just like the Seth versus AJ. You know, I feel like AJ is such an incredible performer. Like that now that he's doing part-time, they just gonna instantly put him in there for like good ass matches. Like, do you
And
know
I'm
how good
perfectly
this
fine
match is
with
about to be?
Especially if they do it at what? SummerSlam, hopefully? Don't do that at Extreme Rules.
I mean, they can't really do it at Extreme Rules, but they can if they want to. But you know the Japan tour coming up, and Triple H about to wrestle in Japan for the first time as part of the club. Don't do that because Triple H been putting on pretty good damn matches.
I feel like they
about-
reaching for just rhinestones right now.
I don't care about the match, but I'm talking about what is he getting some more indie cred by being part of the club that night? That's
That's what you're talking
cringy. It's
Okay.
kind of like him dressing up as in the Shield outfit during that tour that they did.
So moving on to the next match. With
Tag team title match between Daniel Bryan and Rowan versus Heavy Machinery.
heavy machinery,
I'm
heavy
gonna
mechanics, whatever.
I'm gonna get that an A+, and I'm gonna go as far as to say I can't call it match of the night, but it's so close to being match of the night because let's talk about Daniel Bryan's ability to just be so great, like
Well, he's great.
and being a heel, but being in his hometown, so the flip was switched, you know, like, and how good he put over Heavy Machinery. Like,
Yeah.
you really thought they were going to win the titles, bro. Like,
I did.
it even came to the point where Daniel had to do a sneaky roll-up pin to get the win, you feel
That
me? Like,
one match did more for Heavy Machinery than any promo or any segment or any match they've had on the main
It gave
roster
them
since
a
they
lot
had
of
it.
clout. It gave them a lot of clout.
And honestly, I feel like they're going to take the titles from them.
They
If
might.
not at Extreme Rules. I believe even at Extreme Rules, because I don't see Daniel and Rowan getting out of that. They gonna do like the compactor through a table, you know, like, because they got good tag team moves too. Like, I'm telling y'all,
Incredible
bro,
tag team move.
and
Like
this
the
big
one where they
dude-
had a suplex where they just hold you up and,
and
then
they
the
passed
other
him
one
off. That was
just
the first time.
come
they
on,
did
like
too.
that was
Like, that was
cold.
creative, and like it's just an A+.
And Daniel Bryan, he been wrestling like his neck ain't never been hurt. Like,
Right.
He been just. I mean, you
Like,
see.
he had 12 neck surgeries.
Right. He been just
Yeah, he
gone.
scared me a couple of times in that match.
Yeah.
Too, especially when Tucker Knight went for the
That
moonsault,
moonsault
still hit him with his legs.
Ooh.
I was like,
I thought it was over for him right there.
But that's because, like, that's on Daniel, bro. He rolled out instead of
Timing
rolling
issue.
in. Like, come
Timing
on, bro. When
issue.
somebody going backwards off the rope, you roll in to evade,
Right,
towards the
right.
turnbuckle. This dude tried to hurry up and roll out. Like,
Right.
this dude ain't 340 pounds flying off the thing. So I can get the phenomenal forearm now on my, okay, that's another topic. So, what do you grade this match?
I'd give it a solid A, same as the Ricochet and Samoa Joe. Definitely the two best matches of the night.
Two best matches. I can't really
Yeah, I
decide.
give it an A too.
You feel me? I'm juggling 3 matches this match of the night, but you give it an A, that's
I give it
good.
an A.
That's probably gonna be the only time we all on the same page because we all three A's. And you're gonna put an A on the video when you edit this part. All right.
The next match, we have Bayley versus Alexa Bliss with Nikki Cross at ringside.
Let's talk about this real quick. First of all,
Oh yeah, my
You wanna
God.
go first?
Let me please,
Go ahead.
please, because this is crazy. Okay, it wasn't Alexa was Alexa. You know what I'm saying? She plays around and she gets.
sexy. Why couldn't I be born in Columbus?
She's
Why couldn't
beautiful. She's absolutely beautiful.
She won't go for you anyway, Jay.
I? You don't know that. I feel like she smoked weed. She got pit bulls at home, but okay, we gonna go ahead.
You don't follow her Instagram?
She got a pig and she's got a little dog at home.
That's fine. That's right up my alley.
that ain't it. But anyway. But like I said, though, Alexa, to me, she did what she normally do. You know what I'm saying? She get her little sneaky hits in and blah, 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 or whatnot. But I was more confused in that match on the Nikki Cross part. It served absolutely no purpose. This is what I thought. This is what I thought. This is what I told E. What I thought the whole time was Nikki Cross was gonna be there. Nikki Cross was somehow gonna interfere in the match. She's still fueled and mad, so she jumps in and attacks Bayley and costs Alexa Bliss her moment. Nikki Cross literally. I mean, Bayley beat her clean, and then
Bayley didn't really beat her clean, like you said. Nikki jumped in and cost her.
We had this debate last night. I wouldn't call it a big giant interference moment.
It was though, like that 2 seconds that the referee she had to, you feel me? She was doing the distracted.
That cost Alexa.
You feel me? They gave Bayley a chance to get the knees up and reverse Alexa's twisted Bliss or
Nikki
whatever.
didn't come in, then Alexa Bliss would have hit her twisted Bliss
and got the 1, 2, 3. But let's talk about this real quick.
Why would Nikki do that though?
Exactly. This is probably the best storyline outside of the main event storyline that they just created. Because everybody knows Alexa. She did the same thing with Nia Jax. You feel me? Mickey James. You feel me? But it's different with Nikki Cross because did Nikki really do that on purpose to cost Alexa? Or, because you never know with Nikki Cross. We know her from NXT, so we know
not
she's
only
really
that, Nikki Cross been dumbing down her crazy. Almost like she trying to make you believe that
trying to manipulate. You feel me? And I feel like she's doing that to Alexa, so this is going to be setting up they feud. They might explode at Extreme Rules because they had a tag team title match. Bayley cost them that, and then they just had this SmackDown Women's Championship match. Which another thing, I'm giving credit to WWE for being refreshing. With having a Raw Superstar challenge for the SmackDown title, I feel like that opened up the doors.
I hate that.
I feel like that opens up the doors.
I hate everything about the wild card rule.
I feel like it's gonna open up the doors for more creative storylines.
I just feel like it's a bit scattered, but I like it like that, like you said before, because you get to see more.
Because they can go so many ways with this. It's not like WWE is completely trash. We still love WWE, even
WWE.
just for the legend behind WWE. You feel me? But they got a lot of good ideas, and they can go a bunch of ways with stuff. We just gonna see how they go from here from Stomping Grounds. Stomping Grounds was a success, really. And so
let me end
what am I rating?
Let me end that off by saying this: they got a bunch of brilliant ideas, but it all comes down to
C+
Vince.
for you. What you rating that match, Ethan? And that is true with the whole Vince situation.
B- or B.
B-
It
or B.
wasn't a terrible match, but the Nikki Cross stuff at the end was kind of illogical.
I'm gonna give it a B just for the simple fact Alexa and Bayley are two incredible talents. And the match could have been better, but it was still a decent match. In the whole Nikki situation, we don't know where they're going with this storyline. She could have cost Alexa on purpose.
I don't think they're
and they gonna set up for their feud because Nikki is an incredible competitor too, and Alexa versus Nikki in an Extreme Rules match, that'd be good.
What's going to happen? What I think is going to happen is Bayley's going to get another win over Alexa at Extreme Rules, and that's going to cause Alexa to be assault Nikki Cross after the match or something like that, and that's going to bring the crazy out of Nikki Cross that's going to be whack.
I feel like you kind of going the wrong way with this. I feel like it's going to be Nikki that's going to just dominate over Alexa because.
But wait, they've been making
Alexa got to put Nikki over at the end of the day. Nikki is technically new from NXT. You feel me? So she's got.
But wait, they've been giving Alexa this weird character too on Raw, where she has coffee, and every time somebody slaps the coffee out of her hand, she turns into this maniac. You see her? She looks at you, and she gets all angry and upset. So I didn't know where they was going with that.
It's kind of garbage, but it's we got no choice but to hang in there, and they can go either way.
I mean, I ain't got to do nothing. But
next match on the card.
Next match was the WWE Championship match between Kofi Kingston and Dolph Ziggler.
We not missing something?
Nope.
He made it. He organized.
So you telling me it was only 6 matches tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm sure they'll tell us if we missing something.
Is this your favorite character? It's kind of
getting icebreakers.
One of my favorite characters too.
I can accept Roman Reigns getting the win at WrestleMania. That was his comeback story and all that. Drew McIntyre needed this win at all costs. It didn't have to be clean. Shane McMahon could have gotten him the win, and that would have been fine. Drew losing, it makes absolutely no sense for his character. It just about buries him. It makes Shane McMahon look better than him because Shane McMahon was still able to beat Roman Reigns in Super Showdown with help from Drew, but Drew can't.
I didn't look at it that way.
And that goes again to WWE's writing, bro. Like, they bury a lot of their good talent, like,
for the sake of just
trash.
First and foremost, don't act like I didn't warn y'all the path Drew was gonna go down.
I mean, you
from
did,
the
but it didn't make sense because they was building him so good last year. Like, the matches that he put on, I mean, this dude stabbed Dean Ambrose in the eye with a pencil. Like,
he's only lost
before he
Roman
kicked
Reigns.
his head off. Like, and the match at WrestleMania was very mediocre, very garbage. Like, this was a better match last night than they put on at WrestleMania. I feel like that should have been the WrestleMania.
What's even more
match.
funny is Drew got the upper hand before the stomping grounds happened. He had the upper hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was the one that was beating them up. Remember Shane and Drew? He was beating them both up.
Even that stomping ground last night, Drew had the upper hand on my mama, bro. You feel me? Like, because, you know, I'm watching it with a bunch of people at my house, and I'm like, Claymore, here he come. You feel me? Shane kept interfering right at the right time, and you know how they do to bounce off the ropes, and they both running, so it could have been a spear or a Claymore. You never knew which one was coming. It was the spear, and I was so heartbroken because, it just doesn't make sense for them to just bury Drew for what? To build Shane?
Yeah.
Like
this
really?
is a guy.
So let me make a prediction right now. This video is out. What's today's date? The 24th, Monday the 24th, June 24th, 2019. Shane McMahon is gonna get another victory over Roman Reigns.
Probably tonight on Raw in that handicap match.
And then he's gonna beat Kofi Kingston for the WWE Championship. Without a doubt in my mind.
I wouldn't be surprised at this point. I'm not even going to argue that at this point. My gripe with this whole match, it goes back to the wild card.
Yeah, what now?
My gripe.
What's that?
My complaint.
Okay.
My ultimate complaint.
Your complaint.
His heartbroken soul.
I told him about these big ass words.
They would have understood it, but anyway, they should have just left Roman and Drew at WrestleMania. Roman gets drafted to SmackDown. Drew stays on Raw. Keep having Drew feud with guys like the Ricochets and those guys over on Raw. Just leave Roman Reigns in the past. But no, this stupid ass wild card rule had to bring that back, and now Drew is 0-2 against Roman Reigns and just about buried in this Roman Reigns, Shane McMahon fiasco.
And we have no clue where he's gonna go from here.
Let me hop in on that. I don't like the fact when you said he should have stayed and feuded with like Ricochet and all that. Like, I feel like Drew earned his spot in the main event. You feel me? Like,
that's how
he shouldn't be feuding like with mid card nothing. I feel like he should be a serious champion contender. If not the champion, he should be the one to take the title from Kofi Kingston.
I wasn't saying he should stay in main card hell. That's just how high I see Ricochet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's just where I see Ricochet. Yeah, Drew should have had his match with Roman at WrestleMania. Roman gets drafted. Drew goes on to bigger and better things.
With them doing this, I'm fine with that. But Drew should have got the win last night, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that because I understand the
Drew needed this win.
Like, I feel like these WWE superstars, bro, the people, the person behind the character, they are working so hard with the little bit of trash that WWE give them to make us interested in their character, and every time I get interested, every time I get sold on this one person, they go ahead and just bury him. Like, I expected Drew to be WWE champion this year, bro.
Drew did a lot of work for his character leading up to WrestleMania. He destroyed every member of the Shield leading up to WrestleMania.
Literally broke them apart.
Just look at you. Just look how disappointed y'all are. Like, we didn't know this was gonna happen.
In that match, if it would have been, if Roman would have came back and it would have been Drew versus Bryan at WrestleMania, who you think would have got the dub? That would have been a tough one. That would have been a good ass.
It would have been a draw because they don't know what to do.
Looking at him, I would have said Drew probably would have gotten the upper hand during the match, but Bryan would have gotten the win over.
I'm over Bryan. Bryan wasn't even on the card. He was just so like.
I mean, you almost did him dirty too, but
all right, I feel like we've died.
We gonna rate that.
Oh yeah,
I give it a C+.
C+.
C+. Probably proper grade.
Probably like the most disappointing match on the card. Because let's get into the next match. Dolph Ziggler versus Kofi Kingston for the WWE Championship in a steel cage, predictable steel cage.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Very predictable.
I love the
Only
ending. I love the
solid
ending.
match.
But
Only thing really that was interesting was the ending. That was very exciting. How he
Solid
did the
match,
little
but they
dive.
never had me convinced Dolph Ziggler for 1 minute
Exactly.
was going to win the WWE.
But they got him yelling, and he got this new persona where his whole voice is different. You hear how he cut his promo?
Dolph
man?
Ziggler,
Yeah, he
should
cut
have
his
been me.
promo.
And
like,
y'all ain't noticed
chill
either,
out.
like, so he don't wet his hair now either. You know, normally, like, competitors, no offense, but,
I
like,
heard this camera about to die too.
with the long blonde hair, like, white guys, no offense, you know, Triple H or Drew McIntyre, they come out with their hair wet. Dolph Ziggler even used to do that, but now he just keep it dry like AJ Styles, so it have more volume. And he just looked more like...
He always had a Mr. Perfect hair, like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, it was always like that. But he's a Shawn Michaels copycat, and I don't like him.
But, I mean, Dolph Ziggler, I don't give him enough credit. He a great athlete, really. And he a good seller.
He's
He
great
just
in the ring.
put a little too much pepper on his noodles sometimes, you know, like, just a little bit too much.
You opened that up for
But
us. I'm going to let you
good.
slide on that with that one.
I'm going to rate the match a B+.
Give it a C+.
I thought the match would have been worthy of an A grade by itself, but the fact that I was never sold on Dolph winning, I'm going to drop it down to a B grade, B+.
Yeah.
Solid match, but yeah,
Solid
predictable.
match. Very predictable.
I'm glad Kofi's getting the long reign he's getting, though. I didn't expect
I mean,
it to
he's,
last that
let's
long.
be honest, he's getting the best, the most protected champion because he hasn't lost in months. He hasn't lost since
He's been given the best content. Seth Rollins is kind of getting shit on right
I
now.
mean, we gonna get into that next, but like
You better
Kofi,
hurry up because his phone is about to die. So.
he being real protected. Like he ain't lost in months, and like no champion has even been like that. Even Daniel was losing, getting pinned 3 or 4 times when he was champion. You feel me? Like even Seth. You feel me? Like Kofi has got the best thing going for him right now, I would say. That's what makes me nervous.
And he
Feel
been
like-
defending his stuff like and winning. Like he been Kevin Owens. He beat Kevin.
Right. It's like he the biggest face on the brand right now on WWE's brand.
he's a male
the
Becky.
biggest face.
He's a male Becky right now.
And that's what's like scaring me
I
because
can't wait for him to put over Shane McMahon.
that's what I'm saying because that's what scared me
Oh
because
my
like
God.
Shane is
I'm
taking
not watching.
taking
I'm not
turns
watching.
feuding
That
with the
happened.
big faces. You feel me? The Miz and then Roman. You feel me? He already got a victory over them 2 faces. Who's next above Roman Reigns? It gotta be the WWE champion Kofi Kingston. Like that's gotta be his next feud. Anyway, on to the main event of the night.
That's going in bloopers, by the way.
I feel like I should go first because like I'm not a hater and I love Lacey Evans as a referee, bro.
I love Lacey Evans as a human
Let's talk.
being.
Like, first of all, she was such a great heel referee. Like from the blatant slow counts from the beginning to just how she was acting. Oh, you know, turn around, saw Baron with the chair. What are you doing, Baron? Give me the chair. You feel me?
Yeah. The way
Bro, she was counting. She counted, then stopped counting. Like, and then Seth Rollins like, "What's going on?" She said, "Baron, get up." I'm like, "Damn,
Right.
Lacey is good."
And then she kept going out there, no DQ, and then
feel
she
me? Like,
no count out.
And I already knew it was predictable to a sense because we knew Seth was retaining, and we knew once he named Lacey Evans as the special ref that Becky was going to get involved at some
I was
point.
smart.
And it's so trash that WWE has resorted to boyfriend girlfriend storylines to entertain us, but they getting the job done. This was very entertaining.
The boyfriend and girlfriend happens to be 2 of the most popular people in wrestling. I mean, you got
And the
the
champs,
man
and the world
and the
champs.
champs. Like, come on. I mean, so at the same time, it makes sense. Lacey Evans cost Becky her SmackDown title.
And she just lost.
She tried to,
Becky.
she wanted to do the same thing to
So
her man.
I feel like Baron only chose her because, you know, the whole Becky Lynch situation. She was feuding with Becky, so why not have the perfect referee for her boyfriend is to be the chick that she feuding with, you feel me? Like, and the whole card tonight was good because they all got enough time. Like, every match was at least 12 to 15 minutes, you feel me? This match was 20 minutes, you know, in total, though technically it only went for 15 minutes, but the match was going on before the bell officially rang. He was hitting them with the steel chairs, and they was doing all that before Lacey even rang the bell.
Go ahead.
But we gonna let Ethan jump in and go ahead and get everything off his chest.
I can feel
I can
that
see the
animosity
This whole thing,
Parmesan cheese.
This whole thing
That's
just
on
had
your
Vince's like, this is incredible. You guys are dating in real life. We're gonna put it on TV. Hands all over it.
I said that too. I was like, wow, they putting this really out
And
there. Like,
did I not say this to you? Like right after Becky came out, they're setting it up. Extreme Rules. Becky and Seth versus Baron and Lacey Evans in a mixed tag match with both titles on the line, and that sickens me. It's just man.
Yeah, it's
what's wrong
but
with
at the
that
same
match
time,
for
this storyline though, Ethan, is more exciting.
I don't
than a
want
lot
to
of the
see
stuff.
Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans.
what do you want to see? What do you at this point? What do you want to see? I mean, what do you want to see? Drew lose again? What do you? I mean, what do we want to see? I mean,
We want to see
Listen,
AEW
listen.
in October.
Listen, Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles. That was a damn good match. They dropped off significantly from that by putting Baron Corbin against Seth Rollins, dude. Did they not?
I mean,
that was a drop off.
They did as far as talent wise and like the match, how the match would go. But Baron is really underrated, bro. Baron is really good on the mic and a great, amazing athlete.
He is good,
especially since he dressed
up
like he going out to a nightclub.
And he got like a Mr. McDoodle egghead, so like he great, really though. Like, and I'm fine with the whole how everything turned out at Stomping Grounds. I feel like it was really interesting, bro. The whole
good.
Becky thing. She even at the end of the match when they were celebrating, she slapped Seth's ass and held the ropes for him like
That's
he was the
part
chick.
Yeah.
She was
Oh
the man,
God,
you know,
that was
like,
funny as hell.
I could tell that they wanted to kiss so bad when they was looking at each
That's
other.
what was pissing me out. I'm like, y'all rolling with the relationship thing.
But
Like, go
because
ahead.
WWE is PG-13 now. That's what's so trash about
damn.
everything. Like,
goddamn kiss, can you?
you can not even really do anything. Like, just me going back this whole month, bro. I just started in 2003, and I've been watching Raw and SmackDown, just watching them from the first episode of 2003 all the way up. You feel me? Like, and the content was so much more just entertaining back then because they could do anything. It wasn't PG-13.
Everything
you feel
was
me?
better.
Like,
Everything was
I just got done watching a Valentine's Day bra and panty match, bro. Like, which was incredibly, surprisingly a good match. My pick for this week, the SmackDown, February 13th, 2003.
Okay, I ain't seen it yet.
That's my pick for this week. I told you to watch it. It got everything in there. Taker, everything.
He
bro.
knew
like,
how to finesse thing. He said, "Taker." Look at
Cena promo in that was so
Cena
cringy,
in,
bro. It was
Wait,
so
we gonna get it.
cringy,
Okay,
bro.
we'll get it.
But anyway,
we'll get it.
we need to.
That was Stomping
rate this
Grounds,
match.
and we're gonna rate. Yeah, we're gonna rate the pay per view. We gotta rate.
We gotta rate the match first. I'ma honestly get at an A+ because I love that main event. Like, the whole situation is just so much better than everything WWE's been producing right now. Like,
I could see the C on his face.
it better not be no C.
D, bro.
You giving it
Every-
one?
Why?
Everything about that was just
Predictable?
You giving
What?
it?
It was
the C?
predictable and
What you mean? Why you say that? Just
dude.
because you what? Because it went on after Drew lost, so you just was
No,
uninvested
not
after
even.
that.
I was listen, and I even posted this later on too. Like, we were meant to get hyped for a special referee all week, only for said special referee not to make the 3 count at the pay per view. It was pointless. It was pointless.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it was entertaining, but so this was Stomping Grounds, and we gonna just give an overall rating of the entire pay per view.
Oh, Dom, what was your match rating?
For that, I give it a B.
I give it an A.
D.
I loved it. But yeah, so that was our review of WWE
You can
Stomping
get
Grounds.
the fuck out. How about that?
And we could just gonna give a grade, an overall grade for the whole show. Matter of fact, instead of a grade, we graded the matches. Let's rate the pay-per-view. So on a scale from 1 to 10, let's rate it.
I'm gonna give it a 7. I'm gonna give it a 7.
What about you, Ethan?
10 being the best.
Yes, sir.
Give it a 5.
Give it a 5.
or 6.
I'm gonna give it a solid 8.5, just for the simple fact they put a lot of time into these matches. You know, it was no short match. They were all good matches. And I was really entertained with the whole special referee thing at the end, the whole Seth and Becky situation. I'm excited to see where they go from here. So I give it
feel
a
like our
solid
viewers will side with me.
8.5.
They probably will. I mean, but at the same time, I just think that it was just it was a decent show. It was better than what I expected. I sleep on every pay per
Better than
view.
Super Showdown.
What?
It was better than
Oh, that's a big accomplishment, being better than Super Showdown.
it was better than
Wasn't better than Money in the Bank.
I was scared to say that. It was overall better than Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank only had 3 good matches. The 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches, and then AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins. That was it. Whereas to this pay-per-view, Stomping Grounds, the first ever Stomping Grounds, by the way.
Okay, and that right
First talk, and we see you next time.
Yes.
Peace out, guys.
First and only Stomping Grounds, by the way.
Oh, so you just gonna keep going?
Listen, and I even posted this later on too.
Man,
They got us.
It's supposed to be recorded. Hold on, bitch.
Yep, all of that.
Ah, bitch.
Did you push record?
No, I didn't press record. Jay's not even going at all.
Jay, it's on.
I ain't got my glasses on, bro.
Hit it.
Anyway,